Alright, we have a butt ton of supplies. Okay, what are we going to do next? We have markets, map, hero. Let's look at the heroes. I need a hero. She's good. Just promote her. Oh my gosh, really? 9? Welcome back to the battle. Need 15. Okay, just talk to this. You're really worried about her, aren't you? Isn't she dead? Wait, oh, Juno? Worry doesn't even begin to describe it. If she doesn't find us here or something has happened to her, are you sure that's what you saw was real? It could have been a dream, or I don't know. You were pretty exhausted. I don't know, to be honest. I'm not sure anymore. Everything's a blur. Don't tell the others I said that. I have to hope that it wasn't a dream. Why is the Baller still following us? I saw Griffin as it burned. Ervin gets a far away look in his eye. Sharon blew through it like a tempest, and the Yara fell in the thousands. Most of the Senran left the city and headed south. Who knows where they are now? They might be destroying every town they come to, or heading towards Aram Ring. Beller stayed in Grofhelm, just for the sport of it, I think. As we fled to Eurostov, I thought he must have wanted to wipe the Var off the map completely. But then he came after us. Maybe he knew Ivor was the one who killed Raz. Maybe. But let's just make sure he doesn't catch up. What's it like to be a Mender? Being a Mender, I guess it's really thought of it like that. It's just part of me. They knew very young that I would join the order. Born into it, you could say. My mother and father are both Menders. Guild is for a lot of people now, builders and healers. Do they all put lightning out of the sky? No. No, that's not normal. It's one of those reasons I know Juno. She's one of the council. She helps me control things like this, so we don't end up scaring people. What exactly does weaving work, anyhow? Well, the hardest part is usually seeing the threads. Everything is part of a tapestry and made of threads woven together. If you can see the threads, you can manipulate them. I don't know how to explain it, really. It's like trying to play a harp with invisible strings. Look at my staff, for example. Some members carve indicating patterns in the wood to help them remember the shapes of, like I said, hard to explain. What do you think it's the end times? I don't know what to think. I wish I could give you a better answer. Even if we escape the dread, the serpent said the darkness was covering the world. I don't know how long it will take, or what it means, even. I am trying to solve one problem at a time. The Menders are in our barang. If we can find ships and make it to the capital, we might have a chance. I won't take up any more of your time. No, it's okay, Rook. I appreciate the talk. It's good to stay grounded. I spend all day worrying about serpents or Sunder. I think a lot of people are intimidated or scared, maybe, of me. Don't worry, it's nothing new. I'm used to it. Maybe sometime we can talk about things that don't include the world ending. When's that going to happen, bro? When exactly is that going to happen? Another flask. Either of those are good. Okay. You have 14 days of supplies. Let's go ahead and rest. A scruff has broken out in front of the houses. Thief shots one of the groups. They took our supplies. You hear from nearby. Talk it out with the locals. Wandered into a breach with some men and has been waiting for you. Their tense words are exchanged about whether anything has been stolen or not. You don't see who draws the first weapon, but it stops the conversation cold. I guess shit's going to go down. What is this? +1 strength resist. Make ready for battle. Well, it looks like most of them are just going to come to us. Which I'm okay with. It's ready, this. Let's go ahead and rest. See here, how far can they move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they can't make it to us. No, they can't make it to us. Go ahead and do rain of arrows right there. He moves forward and in turn. Guess we can start pew-pewing them. Oh wow, that didn't kill him. That was weird. That'll work. Awesome sauce. Yeah, bink. Go ahead and come up and battering ram. Nice hit. Squish. Okay, you come up. Nice. We're just going to mend him. She's going to attack this fellow right here. Kill him, probably. Fire at this guy and finish him off. Worked perfectly. Didn't want to do this, but you left me no choice. Goodbye. Well, that was weird. Got renowned for that. Not sure why. Seems thieves scatter pretty quickly when you start laying into them. But when you return to the caravan, you discover why. Even more supplies are gone, missing since you rushed out to fight. Ugh. An assortment of people from the caravan confront you. Listen, says one. We don't feel safe here. I don't know anything about Menders or whatever, but we're going to leave, and I hope you'll join us. Looks like a couple of dozen people, farmers and fighters alike, feel the same way. Encourage them to stay. Make it clear that they're not interested in discussing the issue, shaking their heads and setting out without the rest of the caravan. Ready to go. There's little you can do to stop them. You hope they make it, and that's you haven't made a mistake yourself. Normal morale. Let's go ahead and check out our heroes. Did somebody get promoted? You got promoted. Oh, missing one. She got promoted. Let's go ahead and increase her armor. Okay. You have good morale. We have great morale. Markets. Eight more days. Rook, wait, please, Ever begs. She said that she'd be here. We need her. You can just tell he's terrified of leaving, as though you're giving up. Alright, just a little longer. Tell everyone you're sticking it out a little longer, but you're not certain how long you're willing to wait yourself. Every day lost becomes more precarious. Come on, buddy. Now we're starting to die off. We have to leave. Sure, she'll catch up with us. It looks out across the lake 1,000 miles, stares, says nothing. We got problems, says Ivor. The whole place is flooding. We could try to walk the muddy parts, but it'll be slow going. We could try to float the caravan over the lake, but we might trip or get stuck, or we could just go around the whole thing. But no idea. Pay the locals for help. Locals become a lot more friendly when you swallow your pride and start offering food for help across the things. They give you small fishing boats and everything. You hope your luck holds out as you launch ashore. Despite or you suspect because of your vigilance, the locals in the stone don't try anything underhandedly, as they take you to their small boats to the other side. As you leave them with a generous amount of food, and they roll back to their town. You hope it's worth it to buy some space from the borrower, who will have to drag his armies through the mud on foot. It's weird that we're dying off, but our morale's great. Notice most of the vile pacing keeps others while others sleep. A brief conversation with each other and the other clansmen grow shorter and sharper. Go away, roar one varl to a young girl, asking him too many questions. All the clansmen stop and stare. Break the tension by making a joke. I think you must ruin her dreams of marrying a vile boy, you say. Timing your smile just right, the giant grins, then throws back his head with a booming laughter. Other Val join in with Mara, and the caravan feels a bit uplifted for it. Giant explains, we live in the north for its space. Endless miles of snow and ice fields and spaces is to be alone, but there are no time for such things. Understanding slowly trickles through the caravan, relieving some of the tension. Well, thank God we have great morale. As you pull ahead, Olaf pulls you aside. I have a couple of concerns. I want to speak in private. Find a quiet place to talk. What's on your mind? How well do you know the people traveling with us? How many strangers are there in the caravan now? The group decides, not me. Don't fool yourself, Rook. It's mostly you. I've been watching folks since I joined you. Your companions, the strong, you're loyal. It means I seem pretty clear that they died to protect you. Suppose I'll do the same. About the Varl, you don't even know half those warriors. You're telling me that they have no problems following a man's orders now? After everything that's happened in Elrafalf? They joined us voluntarily. They might voluntarily put a sword in your gut, too. Happens the first time the Varls don't want to do what you tell them. If Krum gives the word, I guarantee at least half would follow. Let's be honest, they could take this caravan by force at any time if they wanted to. I've got no choice but to trust them. They haven't. Doesn't mean they won't. They're not our biggest problem, though. There's a mender with us, a mender who pulls lightning out of the sky and tells us what to do and where to go. Myself, I think we're lucked out when his mentor didn't show up to Stern. Everyone's just an apprentice. What in the depths of his master are capable of? Think about Rook. What do you really know about Everin? I heard they had been found practically dead in the middle of nowhere, and the dreads started showing up. An enormous serpent shows up after Yurifa's been torn the world in half. Takes one look at Everin and bolts. Suddenly they need our help instead of the Mender Council. How does that make any damn sense? You might be distorting what's happening. Or Everin might be. I'm grateful for what you've done to get us this far, Rook. It's always been about trust. I think it's time to part ways, so to speak. Nothing personal. Suddenly you gasp in the air. You look down. Owen is holding a knife buried deep in your ribs. What? Vision blurs and blood fills your sight. You gasp again, and the bird whistles, and the camp becomes a blur of motion. Oz fires, and the Windfell leap into action, cutting people down. As Oz turns to fire on the men, Orf runs her through and puts a blade from her back without even breaking a stride. She drops like a sack of flour. Orf heads straight for Ellie, who freezes in unbridled terror. Rise to your feet through the pain. Ollie is dead. Somehow you find the strength to cleave the nearest traitors in two, but you can't find the breath to shout. You think your lungs might be punctured. Elise clutches on his wrists amidst the commotion, tossing her bow aside and pulling her into the deep woods. Her eyes meet yours across the campsite. No, her lips say, though you can't hear the words. A dozen men appear between you and Ivor steps into the view, as fearsome as you've ever seen him. Okay. Wow. We're gonna kill us some traitors. We're gonna kill us some traitors. Let's go kill us some traitors. Good thing we didn't trust that a-hole. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Enemies there. I think we're going to be okay here. Start with the weaker side. Okay. Move up. Let's move to here. And yes, go ahead and lightning these guys. No drop. Oh, okay. Ivor's like, I'm going to kill you, bro. Yep. Just like that. It's like, I'm going to kill you, bro. She's going to come up. Take the shot. Bowmaster. Nice. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and move forward and shoot this a-hole. Let's go move up. Ouch. Move forward. Mend her or him? Let's just shoot the shit out of this guy. Up, don't hurt her. Oh, well, that's okay. That's not so bad. Kill time. Do it. It's like, bro, you just don't know. Nice. Bird of prey. Take it. Kill him. Wow, that failed horribly. Die, scum. There we go. You'll be uber pissed if he dies. Your renown grows. Ivor has been promoted. Woohoo! Nice. Uber nice. Freaking traitors. Roselli shouts Ivor, tearing through the nearest bandit. But you're already hobbling into the deep woods when they disappear, ignoring the battle raging behind you. Haze of pain, you start to think you've lost your tracks, but you hear Ellie scream in the distance, followed by silence. You tear through the trees. Small clearing, Ellie lies on her back against the tree. Her hands and her clothing is covered in blood. She stares vacantly ahead, unblinking. There's the body of an arrow buried in his right eye in the place of his hand, where his hand is. She looks in the direction and then at Olaf. I killed him, she said. Good. Ellie, are you alright? You cling to as much of the pain. It appears that Ellie, after her bloody struggle with Olaf. No, I'm not hurt. I had no choice. Dad, your chest, you're bleeding. Suddenly, she is at your side, putting pressure on the wound. I can fix this. Where is my needle? Aruf, anyone. However, I found them. Just as your sight goes black, you see Ivor and Ellie standing over you. Woohoo! Mender, buddy! He's going to make it? Your eyes open to the sound of Ellie's voice. Normally, the wound like that, I only hope I did enough. I'll survive. Dad. Ellie stops herself from hugging your bandaged chest, putting your head to hers instead. The words come out easier than you expected. Olaf? It's a good thing Ivern was there. She's going to pull through, though it was the nasty wound. We managed to kill most of those traitorous son of bitches, and the rest fled into the woods. There was a lot of people I couldn't save. You did everything you could, Aaron. No one expects you to raise the dead. Aaron frowns deeply, putting a hand on his forehead. Why did Oren do this, Rook? He was talking to you right before it happened. He thought my leadership would get us killed. Uter bastard. All this time we had no idea. Arag killed a good half-dozen of Uman's men by himself. He told me Oraf was running Frostad the whole time. He left Frostad behind when he saw the better opportunity. Guess that relationship is over. Arag is always just the barking dog. You put in the yard to find out who your enemies are. It was no accident Olaf went after those of us from Skaram. He must have thought, with us gone, he'd take the banner and the rest would fall in line. Or worse, that they had all supplies for themselves and leave the rest as dread bait. We have to be more careful. We can't just let anyone join the caravan anymore. Where do you draw the line, Ivor? I don't know, Rook. I really don't. None of this changes the fact that the burrow is out there somewhere following us. The swamp around Burrows might buy us some time, but we've got to keep moving. Your body aches all over, but Ivor's right. The road calls. The caravan is already starting to pack up camp. This is freaking intense, man. Oh, yeah, she died, didn't she? How is the wound? Notice Ollie winces as she rises to greet you. I'm doing a lot better. When it happened, when I saw it happen, I thought for sure, well, I'm glad you're... You would have missed me, Rook. She smiles. Without Irvin, that's all you could have done. Instead, you would have put up with my crap a little longer. It still aches like you wouldn't believe, though. Oh, maybe you would. Heard you took a stabbing yourself. I guess things could have gotten worse. What do you think about the caravan? You mean, should we start kicking people out? That's a tough one. Usually, I'd be the first to give you a dirty look for suggesting it. On the other hand, I've got a sword in my back. I'll have thinks for a long moment before sighing. Don't send anyone away. Just make sure nothing happens to Ellie. How's your husband doing? Oh, smiles falls like dead weight. I'm sorry, Rook. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. You died in Arasfov. It just didn't seem like the right time to, put the burden on you. I should have said something. It's been lonely without him. I'm glad to have Ellie around. And you, Rook. Think about what else to say. I'll let you get some rest. Okay, thanks. I'll take you up on that. You're welcome to keep me company. When I'm a little more awake. I'll talk to you later. I think she likes me. This guy. Look who it is. Still not dead. How are things, Rook? I can never guess with you, Alric. I heard you helped drive off their traders when Alraf attacked us. And it leaves me with always wondering, what's your deal? I'm not so hard to understand. Why don't you try asking instead of telling? Why didn't you warn us about Alf? Didn't I? How many times did I call him a traitor before you got the message? What did you want me to say? Watch out, Alf's going to murder your home family. He didn't fill me in on the details. He was always like that. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to convince you to off me. But listen, I don't need to know, just so keep it to yourself. Why did you stick with him? I don't know, Rook. Families make you do weird things. You know that the worst part is? We became kin because he married my sister. She died of fever one night. But she didn't. She wasn't sick. He killed her. I don't know why he did it. Maybe he just felt like it. I was so furious. I got so angry that I wanted him to beg. I could kill him without a second thought, but that wasn't enough. I wanted him to feel sick about it, puke his guts out. And somehow that turned into over time. He never cared. I gave up and did what he wanted. I don't know how it happened. But when I attacked you in False Fern, guess I'd just say that it wasn't my idea. I need to get going. And I need to take a piss. You're not the only busy man around here, You shake his head at her and steps away from camp. I don't know what to think of him. We've got no supplies. Our morals great. Let's keep going. We have to keep moving. We must move. Else we die. Now I bought a crap ton of supplies. Crap ton. Someone's been nicking extra goods from the supplies, and a concerned woman tells you, "Counted these up myself yesterday, no mistake. This keeps up, we'll all be starving before long." Post a few extra guards to keep watch. To deter any further theft, you discreetly place some trusted guards in the caravan. You hear a few people occasionally point out the extra manpower, but nobody seems to raise an alarm for now. I wanted to believe, man. I wanted to believe. Yay! The village is completely oblivious to the destruction that is coming. All we've seen is some dark figures far off. They tell you, aside from a few young families, they are reluctant to pick up their things to join you. Market. Protects from death unless strength is won. Okay, we definitely want supplies. Heroes. Man. 15. Confirm. Bam. Let's go ahead and promote him. Firm. Oh, I need 15 supplies for that. Got plenty of manpower. Market, heroes. Rest. Let's go ahead and leave. This game's pretty brutal, man. Pretty brutal. We have good morale, but I don't know. Keep losing people. Stop, a resolved voice calls from somewhere in front of you. The surrounding terrain comes alive with armed fighters surrounding the caravan. No need for bloodshed, the leader says. Leave a couple of wagons and pretend you never even stopped here. How about you leave what you've got instead? The counteroffer makes the leader by surprise for a moment. We don't have time for this nonsense, since losing an arrow before anyone reacts. Reality falls over in a spray of blood. Something sinister is in the way. Kroon laughs about this turn of events, convince the rest of the brigade to give up their errand and beat the hasty retreat. "I like you, girl," Rook says, to watch, giving him a dirty look. I'm getting tired of people freaking what. Up ahead, the scout shouts some giant hall, but it's empty. You approach the structure, but recognize none of the markings. The wall seems unsteady at best. Finally, sleeping under a roof, you overhear several families begin unpacking. Keep everyone back until you're certain it's safe. Is Several volunteers search the building with weapons drawn. Just as they are announced and all clear, Varl leans against the support. She gives way and a third of the structure crumbles. Luckily, no one was injured, but you leave the crumbling building behind. This is like a massive caravan game. Massive. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see what goes on here. An imposing godstone of Barfornhelm approaches. His severe visage makes it feel like he's watching you even now. The caravan spreads out, happy to be free of the confined forest and open fields. I'll pulls you aside to show you some red berries growing in the ash tree. It looks like it has been chopped down long ago. You shouldn't be growing here, he says, excited. I haven't seen these in a long time. Mina bustily go about collecting the berries. In fact, in honor of Barra, some of the caravans crack kegs of mead and wine before anyone can stop them. To only God, the only gods that matters, they shout. Everybody drinks, and you are glad at the merriment that has swept over the caravan. Inspect the godstone. As you look up at the godstone, Rose's head surrounded by images of cases and drinking horns. Though he is always depicted stern, Boros is one of the most popular gods of men in Varl, and one who has taught them how to brew. It seems like most more than convenience, the long fields around Boral stones have been excited. Join the merrymaking. You accept the mead offered, and you are so in to enjoy one of the few times you felt good since leaving Scrog. Somehow, despite everything that's happened, you're able to let it go for a short while. As the hour becomes late, the caravan is eventually ready to get back down the road. The day by Stone is one of the few memories that hasn't been tarnished by the specter of bad fortune, you think to yourself. Very cool. Now, why are all these gods dead? They have excellent morale. While walking, Words of a Mother's song reaches you. It's soothing nonsense and about your current journey. When she finishes, the man begins a tale of his own verse. The woman quickly responds with another poem, and the entire caravan slows to listen to the entertaining competition. Join the crowd. And responds with an upbeat poem, which questions the mother's cooking. The caravan explodes in laughter, and the contest continues admirably for an hour or two. Hear a snippet of the poems as the trail, and the words change slightly each time. Yay!
Rainvik is more of a smattering of farmhouses than a proper town. Though judging by stray dredge stalking through empty fields, it is barely even that anymore.
Everyone comes and goes in a long series of farmhouses, abandoned and crawling with dread. The farmers have probably already fled to Brosens, tried to hurry past, but eventually spotted dread start ambling in your direction. What is that? Points out us near one of the longhouses. In the distance, a large person, clothing seemed covered in blood, is cursing loudly and stumbling about. He staggers into the longhouse, laughing. The dread heading your direction turned back roaring and began to pound on the longhouse door. It seemed to be holding a grudge against the particular person. You doubt the door will hold long. Rush to help. Against my better judgment, we should probably do something, you say. Let us agree, even though it means putting them all at risk. As you quietly approach, the dredge have managed to splinter the door open and break through. Hey, shouts Varl, wearing all red, standing up on this. Came all the way up here just for me? He seems unconcerned about the dredge. He hoists his enormous sword. Okay, well, we got a new guy. Prepare for battle. Obeys a berserker of some sort. We need to think carefully here. We should... Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to destroy this group first. There we go. Okay. We're ready. Okay, I wasn't expecting him to move first, but okay. Move forward. Where are we going to shoot? This guy. Nice shot. Lightning arc these guys. Okay, they spread out. Resisted. Very nice. And turn. Move forward, crush this guy. Skull in. Nice. Move forward with her. Take him out. Lovely. Now we can all start marching here. Okay, move right there. Okay. Right there. And this time... enjoy this lovely blast of electricity. That's not good. Take him out. Yep, take this guy out now. Oh, he's still up. Oh, good lord. Nope, still nothing. Okay. Nope, 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 not one that. This guy's going to come up. Dang. Nice hit. Move forward. There we go. needs to mend. Definitely mend him. There we go. Yep, and finish this guy off. Like that's excellent. Oh, come on now. Still out of range. Okay. Okay. Whatever. That's cool. Finish him. Nice. Lovely. Lovely. All right. Renown grows even more. Welcome to my mead house, or this house of mead. Wasn't expecting any Varl this far south, or this drunk. I can see that. There are people huddled in the corners of the mead hall looking on in unease. Who are these people, and who are your people? No, no, they're friends. They made this place. It's not really mine. You lured Dread back to this room full of unarmed people. What is wrong with you? Come on, I saved everyone in here. They shared some fine drink, the best drink. Wait, I was saving your ass, remember that part? If you knew you'd come up here, you could have told me. What do we do with this guy? Anyone here is welcome to join us. Zansby show you a huge sack of barrels filled with quality mead and help you haul them back to your caravan. Nice. Nice. I'll miss this place. Good memories. Nice. Some help. You gather up a sack of mead and head back to the caravan. Sigvarn and the other survivors in tow. The caravan gives the boisterous Varl a large girth as you set out for Bosgard. Supplies! Yay! For a little while longer, anyways. Ugh, why did I do that? Serena wakes up in a pool of his own, sick. Why am I surrounded by small people? The other clansmen let him sleep off his drunken stupor on the ground. In the morning, he's paying the price. Upham recovered. If you wanted to kill everybody in the meat house, you would reluctantly. Your clansmen offer any food and drink. You can scrounge together for the moaning Vara. When one offers a thin meat, he is like, in fact, take this away from me, he says, handing you his massive mead stern. Eventually, it comes back to you. I don't get into details, he says. I was supposed to bring those casks from Rena back to Borskarn. I drank maybe half by accident. Point is, Sigmar continues, you don't tell anyone what happened, and I won't tell anyone about the mead you got, okay? Trust me on this one. You agree and get back to travel. Nice. Alright. Unaired, a quirky old man with a leather headband says, if there's one thing I know better than women and mead, it's well, he smiles. Nothing. I know when a group could use some help, just not an old grandfather's making everything better. No questions now. What are you talking about? Smile fades. I said no question. That's the first thing out of your mouth? Forget you, a lot of you. He storms off the next day. No trace of his whereabouts. I don't deal with crazy. Scout returns with a near frozen child. I almost stepped on her in the snow. Looks like she must have been running from somewhere. Says patches of blue molten pale skin on her chest rise and falls, ever so slightly. Even just carrying her along could have killed her in the state like this, says a woman. Could be in danger here, points out another. Keep moving and let the healers. Better stay alert for any threat while the caravan moves on. The healer rubs the girl's trimmed hands under a blanket to no avail. In an hour, one healer approaches you and tears in her eyes and says nothing, only shakes her head.
As we pass steep cliffs, the sprawl of Boersgard comes into view. A city of contrasting rich and poor, opportunity and gamble. Our best hope for salvation, or our graves.
Alright. Boersgard. The Slayer and the Slain. Well, this is a good place to stop. I'll see you folks in the next video. Bye.